I really appreciate it.
Hey folks, my name's Wayne Taylor. I go by Honest Home Finder. That's my social media moniker. And this is Sweet Pea. I think she's going to come in and say hello. She is my collaborator on all things business. Say hello, come on.
Hey guys, glad to see you.
Okay, you might have noticed by now that she's a figment of my imagination. It's fine. Everything's fine. I'm fine. Don't worry about that. You have come today to Uncle Paulie to get a little practical advice on getting into the real estate industry. So I'm going to jump on that and get into it. I'm going to, guys, treat you like friends and clients. I'm a little blunt. I'm just much more comfortable telling people what they need to hear versus what they want to hear. Just makes my life easier. And quite frankly, sugarcoating a lot of things in real estate's a stupid idea. So I am going to give you 2 points and 2 recommendations that I think will help you out when you're just thinking about this. This isn't long-term advice, guys. This is if you're just mulling over the idea, should I do it, should I not, what am I getting myself into kind of thing. The first is get your mind right.
Woohoo!
You have to understand, and I hope you already believe, that there is no quick fix in life. There is going to be no magical formula or book or course or anything else that's going to make it easier. If you get into real estate, you have to understand from the beginning that you're going to work your ass off and you're going to be serving others. I think that second part gets lost in the shuffle a little bit. But the first part, just life advice, sometimes life sucks, right? And the only thing you can do is keep moving forward. That's going to apply to real estate career also. So again, get your mind right. Understand what you're getting yourself into. I think it will help a great deal in your success, knowing what you're getting into. And that's going to be doing the research, and I'll talk about that in a minute. Also, wrapping your head around finances. A lot of people get into this business with dollar signs in their eyes and think they're going to stroll through and make a lot of money. I can rule out a few of you right now by asking you if you believe the commercials. If you take this pill, you're going to lose weight. And the first bottle's free, baby. We're going to give you this weight loss pill. Come on, guys. Don't believe that. Get your mind right. You're going to have to work and serve others in this industry. Finances is a big part of this. And the advice that I got when I first started was 3 months reserves. Have that ready. If you're going to go full time, if you still got a job that you're just kind of dipping your toes in, might be a little different. Full time, 3 months reserves. It's going to take 30 days to close, probably, general rule of thumb, on your first deal. Just be ready to relieve some of that stress of money, because you're in a full commission job now. Again, let's talk about if you're in a position you're getting paid hourly, weekly, quarterly, whatever. Those checks don't come to real estate agents that way. You have to close deals, and hopefully you do. Hopefully you're incredibly successful at this. I've been doing it for a long time. I love it for the most part. I love it. But it's just something you need to think about. Even to this day, I've got a reserve. I think if you know anybody that has a full commission job, they probably have a reserve because it takes that mental stress off. And I just think that when people are getting into this business, sometimes they get so excited about something new, the potential of making money, you forget the reality of things. And again, I'm not trying to push people to stay out of the industry because I really enjoy it. And it does provide you a great deal of freedom. Just think about that. It's, if you can't handle the stress of knowing that you can't take your foot off the gas to continue to be successful and make money, maybe you stay with your job you have now for a little longer, save up a little bit more money, maybe buy a couple of those lottery tickets that everybody loves. I do too. I buy the lottery. and go from there before dipping your toe into the water of a full commission gig. Because I think that's one of the reasons that so many people get out of the business. And if anything's going to scare you away from real estate profession, it's going to be Googling the attrition rate of people who get their license. It's appalling. Because I can do it, and I'm pretty good. I'm good with people. I work hard, but I'm not this something hugely special. I just work hard. So that many people dropping out, I just kind of wonder why. And I think big thing is they're not thinking about the reality of what they're jumping into. And I think it's important for people to do that. So hopefully you'll get your mind right. The second point is foundation. Now, listen, I think having a foundation is important. Anything in life, doesn't matter. Family, relationships, religion. If you've got something that'll keep you steady, something that'll help you out down the road. Again, sometimes life sucks and there's nothing we can do about that. It just happens. You have to keep moving forward. But if you've got a great foundation, then I just think it makes it a little bit easier. So talking of jumping into the real estate industry, find out as much about it as you can beforehand. I love to read. I don't love reading business stuff. I kind of force myself to do a little bit. So do a lot of research, excuse me, in the book side of things, but also don't just go with the firm that your old realtor was with or your friend went with for a while. They probably dropped out. Go talk to a few of them. Talk to agents that are working in that firm. What are their thoughts? Talk to people you know that got out of the business. Hopefully they'll be honest with you. Only two little things I'll touch on there is take it all with a grain of salt. There are programs in just about every company, referral based. They get a little taste if they bring people on board. It'll be easier with agents if you let them know that you've already spoken with the manager, so they're probably not going to be eligible for those referral programs. But just get a good idea. You need to find the best fit. In line with that is decide on full commission, how much you're going to be paying. Most people start out in the business, get on the program, give up the money on your commission split to get leads, get good, get knowledge, understand what you're doing. I don't know how long it takes. Back in the day, it was like 3 months reserves, 2 years. You're probably going to know what you're doing, and at that point, you're still not going to know everything. New stuff's going to pop up. At least you can take it in because you've got that knowledge and experience going for you. So keep that in mind. So yeah, that's the short and sweet of it. I like to keep things fairly simple and concise. You just take a step back from getting excited about a different chapter in your life, which I hope it is. Again, I've had a bunch of fun doing this. I do enjoy it so much, and I hope you will too. I just hope you're not like some of these folks that just drop out because it gets too tough. Maybe you didn't know what you were getting into. So get your mind right, think about what you're getting into, and do the research. Find out what it's about, not just about the dollars. It's about everything else. And that kind of goes into my two recommendations, one of them being the CE Shop, it's continuing education website, and this book. I didn't know about this book when I first started. It's The Millionaire Real Estate Agent. Off the top, it's not about the money. It's about being the best that you can be. Again, I didn't know about this book when I first started, but in my pre-licensing class, my professor, the guy teaching the class, made the comment, if you want to be successful at this long term, be a servant. Do what's best for your client. Put them first in everything, business-wise, and things will pan out. The money will come. Now, farther down the road, if you treat people right, you'll get referrals. And I'll talk ad nauseum about nothing in life's free, but Referrals about as free money as you can get because you don't have to spend marketing money on them and the trust factor is already there. But it begins with how you conduct yourself. And guys, people know. They know if you're doing it for the money or if you care about them. So have that attitude going in. Probably the best advice I can give you. Quickly on the 2 recommendations, the CE shop. The reason I laughed about it before, because I've been using this company for years for my CE continuing education and never really delved into their website before. And man, things have changed. There's so much information on there about starting out, about the mortgage industry. You can get your classes there. Regular agents like myself that have been in the business for a long time, and we are constantly having to learn. I don't think people talk about that enough too. With the changing industry that we're in, resources like the CE shop kind of keep you up to date with it. And here's a webinar, here's an ebook, here is recommendations for books. Again, I'll read them. They're not that much fun to me, but I can barely get through 15 or 20 pages sometimes before you put it down and you start writing notes to yourself. I need to do this, I need to do that. So as far as a resource of what you could jump into that doesn't cost you anything, the CE shop, I would log in. Now, a bonus to that, on top of, and I need to mention this, they've got a 5-day trial for their pre-licensing class. Check it out. Just as far as putting your toe into water to find out what you're going to need to do, because whether you like it or not, you're going to have to take a class and pass a test. Go there, use my conduit, the link in the description on this video, because for the next week, starting August the 1st, you can get 40% off. I have developed a relationship with them, and I'm just starting my partnership with kind of, shilling for their product, but it's easy. Obviously, you can tell from my voice, I enjoy them. I've been taking their classes for years and years. And I got to tell you, as far as self-paced versus being in the classroom, listen, I got not a lot of cushion back there. So sitting in those classes, within 45 minutes, my tailbone would be hurting. And by the time the 4 hours was up, which is typically the length of a class, I couldn't wait to get out. I wasn't paying attention to what anybody was telling me. So these self-paced, do it from home classes, I adore. Check them out, get that 40% off.
Woohoo.
The book, I need another word. It is the manual to tell you what you need to do to be a successful agent. The guy that wrote it is Gary Keller. You recognize Keller, the last name, Keller Williams. Successful a little bit, that company. He wrote it, and I'm sure there's been some revisions. Mine's all dog-eared and beat up because I go back to it all the time. That's just what I do. Real estate can be such a grind. I need that, I call it rah-rah stuff, just to get me pumped up again, get me rolling. And I go back to that book so often. And I'll put, again, a link to a place you can get it. And I meant to do this before the video to find out if there was an Audible version. There's almost got to be, because I just absolutely love those two. So I'll do the research before I post this. And if there's a link in there, great. If there's not, then buy the book. At this point, there's got to be some used ones, resale ones that you can get to save yourself a couple of dollars. But if you want to know what you're going to get into and what you're going to need to do to be successful, that's the book. I'm sure there's plenty of other ones out there. I'll try to post some more stuff about that, maybe in some shorts. But those are my recommendations. Check them out. I don't think I'm going to run anybody off with what I'm talking about, and that wasn't the purpose of this. I hope that if you were thinking about it, maybe you're a little bit more enthused, that you get some information that'll help you out. All right, guys, I hope it helps, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care.